Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Mandy. I'm doing a quick voiceover for this 6-inch gallery wrapped canvas. I will tell you I'm probably going to end up painting over this, but I wanted to share it with you guys anyway because I think what I learned from some of these is helpful for other people. You may hear the snow melting in the background, so if it sounds like it's raining, that's why. So I put some pillow paint down there. I put way too much. I'm still trying to kind of get the amount down to cover those edges is kind of challenging. I think the first color I put down here is Prussian blue because I had already used most of it in some previous pours and I just figured I'd throw it down on the bottom. This is Butter Toffee from Puttin on the Glitz from Colourarte. And this is Ceylon Cinnamon from the new Prizm pour. It's a beautiful color. This is, I believe this is Wine and Roses from Colourarte. That is Chrysocolla from Colourarte, the Prizm pour, one of the new colors. The lighting isn't great for this video, sorry in advance. That is Quinacridone Blue Violet from Liquitex Soft Body. And this is Golden Phthalo Turquoise. And, excuse me, I'm popping some bubbles. And I'm going to use a copper cell activator. So, I love copper. So, I will share a video with you guys where I actually use these same colors on some coasters because I didn't particularly like how this blew out, but I loved the colors together. Used similar colors on a recent swipe. I'm also trying to get used to using this blow dryer to blow blooms out, and I almost had it on this one. I really did. This was the closest I think I've gotten using the blow dryer where I almost had it blown out perfectly. That one spot where you see this really kind of bright turquoise, I blew too much down into the pillow and kind of ruined part of the composition. But you can see that part of this starts off like it's going to turn out great. It doesn't turn out great, and I think it's for a couple of reasons. For one, that one spot where I blew down into the pillow. The one thing I tried to do differently was I tried to blow out the center first and then spread it out with the dryer, and that seemed to help. What I noticed though after I blew it out is my cell activator was not holding its cell structure. So I think I made it initially too thin. If you follow our channel, you know I've said in previous videos that I have been experimenting with thinning it out a little bit. But man, look at the colors. Look at the colors. If it blew out like that, oh, I'd be so happy. So I've been experimenting with going from like a 3-to-1 ratio of Australian Floetrol to paint to a 4-to-1. And I think when I made this batch of cell activator, I just went to the 4-to-1 and it was too thin. So after this, I was really frustrated and I went ahead and tried these colors on some tiles, and I added just a little bit of the copper paint to thicken up the cell activator, and I did it on the tiles, and the tiles were gorgeous. So I think it's just getting it consistent, because you can see that the cell activator starts to kind of look fuzzy, like it loses the tight little structure. Some of that's because there was too much pillow paint and it just spun out like crazy. But it looks fuzzy instead of looking kind of tight. It's the best way I know how to describe it. But like when I look at this, I don't hate it as much. But when I looked at it that night, I was like, I'm totally pouring over this. And I probably will pour over it. What I may actually do is just go ahead and add the tiles to the tail end of this video. But I kind of like to keep the videos short so that you can watch them, and so I may keep them separate. But I will say, this will probably not be a painting that survives. I will probably paint over it. My stepdaughter liked it. My husband said he liked it. But after blowing it out and it looking so pretty, I was just like, what happened? What happened to the cute little cells? And so I was kind of bummed. And I usually copper cell activator is such a win for me. So when it was fuzzy and weird looking, I was like, why is this happening? So, but this is part of the practicing of going bigger. And every time you do something in a different size, you have to have kind of the chemistry experiment that goes along with it. So anyway, every time is sort of like a new little chemistry experiment, you know. Some days things work great, other days they don't. And so you got to figure out why not. So anyway, here is a little close-up for you. Colors are great. Not the greatest composition. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you don't. And thank you guys. Appreciate it.